Hi guys! Welcome sa Sipnayan. In this video ay tutuloy natin yung series natin on calculus. And so far, we have learned 4 formulas. And kung sinusundan niyo itong series natin, sabi natin sa mga previous videos, meron tayong sum and difference rule. Pero wala tayong, paano naman pag sum and difference, diba nag-add tayo tsaka nagma-minus. Paano naman pag nag-multiply tayo? No? So, meron pa tayong product rule, tsaka meron pa tayong quotient rule. Kasi meron tayong sum and difference, no? So, meron tayong multiplication dito, pero ang minumultiply natin, constant number sa function, no? Pero pag dalawang functions, so dalawang expressions, wala tayong formula, no? So, ang tanong dito is, for example, alam natin that x cubed times x to the fourth is equal to x to the seventh. Diba? Alam naman natin yan by the law of exponent, no? X to the fourth equals x to the seventh. Ang tanong, is a product of the derivative of these functions, if we treat them as functions, is equal to the product of the derivative of this function. Equal kaya yun? If I get the derivative, ddx of x cubed times the ddx of x to the fourth, is it equal to the derivative of x to the seventh? Equal ba sila? X to the seventh. Medyo parang mukhang 4 siya. Okay, so tingnan natin, no? What is the derivative of x cubed? So by the power rule, we have, bababa natin to, magiging 3. Ang exponent niya mababawasan na isa. So magiging 3x squared times, ito rin by the power rule, baba natin yung 4, tapos yung exponent ng x mababawasan na isa. So 4x cubed. What about this one? So 7 and then x. Bawasan na isa, 6. So equal ba sila? Equal ba yung dalawa? Obviously hindi, no? Ito yung isa, 12x to the fifth. Tapos yung isa naman, 7x to the sixth. So obviously they are not equal. So hindi pala pwede itong formula na to, no? In fact, meron tayong formula, no? If we have a function like f of x times g of x, no? And we want to get the derivative, no? We want to get the derivative. Lagyan na natin ng prime to denote that we want to get the product, the derivative of the product. Actually, the formula is equal to f prime of x times g of x. No? So you get the derivative of the first function and then multiply it to the second function and then add plus, you get the first function and then multiply by the derivative of the second function. Okay, so ito yung formula ng ating product. So paano natin gagawin dito yan? Meaning, before tayo kunin yung derivative nito, no? Using the Leibniz notation, this is Lagrange notation, so using Leibniz notation, if you want to get the derivative of f of x times g of x, no? Ginagamit kasi natin palagi itong dalawang notation na to, so dapat familiar kayo. So we get the derivative of the first function, meaning we get ddx of f of x and then multiply by g of x plus f of x times the derivative of g of x. So yan yung ating notation. Dapat familiar kayo, no? Siguro sa mga susunod na videos natin, i-introduce ko yung gumagamit ng u tsaka v notation para ma-familiarize din kayo, no? So I think the meaning is the same. You just get the derivative of the first function multiplied by the second function, and then we add to the derivative of the second function and multiply by the first function. So pwede natin i-try dito, no? So what is the derivative of x cubed times x to the fourth, diba? Derivative of x cubed times x to the fourth. So we get the derivative of the first function, this derivative of x cubed. This is 3x squared, diba? 3x squared times multiply by the second function. Hindi natin kukunin yung derivative, yung function mismo, yung expression mismo. So x to the fourth, and then we add, and then get the first function. Hindi kukunin yung derivative, yung first function lang. And then get the derivative of the second function times 4x cubed. So second function, get the derivative 4x cubed. So this is equal to multiply, magiging 3x to the 6th plus multiply, we have 4x to the 6th. Kaya equal siya sa 7x to the 6th. Okay? So notice that if I get the derivative of x cubed times x to the fourth is the same as, is equal to x to the 7th, diba? So if I get the derivative of x to the 7th, I have, baba ko to 7, and then I have x, and then minus 1. 7x to the 6, diba? Equal silang dalawa. So ito, yung formula natin ay get the derivative of the first, multiply by the second function, and then get the first function and multiply by the derivative of the second function. And then add, no? Add mo silang dalawa. So yan yung ating tinatawag na product rule. So this is the product rule. So if we have h of x, for example, is equal to f of x times g of x, no? Then the derivative of h is equal to the product f prime of x times g of x plus f of x times g prime of x. No? So baka nagtaka kayo bakit meron ng h of x. Instead of getting f of x times g of x, lagay ko dito, tapos lagay ko yung derivative, I equate it to h of x, another function. No? So, yan. Anyway, these are equal, so you can just, instead of h prime of x, pwede mo na ilagay na f of x times g of x. And the notation ng derivative, you can use this. So I can replace this here, or I can just say h prime of x. So sa mga ibang books ganyan, gusto ko lang kayo ma-familiarize. But the formula is still the same, no? Okay, so that's it. We will have some examples ng product rule in the next videos. Invite ko kayo sa ating channel, no, yung Sipnayan YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/98. Subscribe kayo, no? Marami tayong ina-upload every week. We have our Facebook page. Paki-like nyo, and our website, no? So if you like the video, just click the like button, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.